Okay, hi guys, in today's video I'm going to be showing off the best beginner settings in Fortnite Chapter 3. If you like this type of content then make sure to subscribe, and let's get right into today's topic. So, for window mode you should probably put it at full screen, it's give you the most FPS. Okay, for resolution, it depends on what you like. You can use a stretch resolution or you can use native resolution. Native is 1920 by 1080. Or you can go lower than that if you struggle with the FPS. I should suggest stretch resolution. First of all, it gives you the most FPS and it can lower your input delay. Stretch resolution can also make it easier to hit people in game. For frame rate limit, if you have 60 Hz monitor, put it at 60 FPS. If you have 120 Hz monitor, put it at 120 FPS. And if you have like a 165 Hz monitor, put it at 165 FPS. For brightness, you should probably put it 100 or 150. It makes it easy to see. Don't put it at 50. It's harder to see people. User face interface contrast. You can put it what you like. I prefer 1 than normal. For colorblind mode, I personally use off. I don't like it, but you can choose what you want here. And for graphic settings, 3D resolution, put it at 100%. If that doesn't work, if you need more FPS, put it at maybe 80, 90 or what you prefer. If you have a really low end PC, probably put it at 25. I should suggest 100%. View distance, put it at maybe medium or far, but I personally like near. I want the most FPS as possible, so I put it at near. For textures, I would suggest using low or medium. Medium can help the GPU to render more FPS, so I would suggest medium or low. I personally use low. For meshes, choose what works best for you. For me, low meshes works best, and I think it looks much better. So choose what works for you. Try both and see which one is the best and gives you the most FPS. For VSync, obviously turn this off. It's going to cap your FPS and it can give you higher input delay and it's going to lower your FPS. Show FPS, you can use it if you want to see your FPS or you can turn it off. Rendering mode, I should highly suggest performance mode. It gives the most FPS, like double DirectX 11 FPS. It's really good. Okay, for game settings, matchmaker region should put on auto or you can choose your region here. Language, you should probably use system default. For movement, toggle sprint is off. If you have this on, you need to hold a key to sprint and put this off. Sprint by default, put this on. Sprint cancel reloading. You don't want every time you go forward it stops your reloading. Auto opens doors. Personally, I use this on because if I accidentally edit wrong, like a door, it opens it automatically. Okay, hold to swap pickup. You can choose on or off. I personally like off. Toggle targeting, I use off. Mark danger when targeting, I use on. Auto pickup weapons is not good. It can pick up weapons you don't want and it can be really annoying in fights or endgames, so put it off. Preferred item slots, you can press configure and you can choose what you want here or turn it off. These are my personal preferences. Okay, for auto sort consumables to right, use it at on. It's going to make all your like shields, medkits or medmist and stuff like that, put it in the right slot. For building, reset building choice, I personally use it at off. And for disable predit option, I also use it off. Turbo building, you should highly suggest to use it on. Otherwise you need to press your mouse left button every time you want to place a wall. Confirm edit on release, you should have on or off, it's personal preferences. I personally like on. Here I put this on off because I don't think I want it. And extra game options, invert view, I put it on off. Invert airborne controls, I have it on off. Turbo deleting creative mode, I have it on because I want to hold X instead of press X every time. And NVIDIA highlights, I use it at off because I don't want every kill I get or win. It's going to save a file on my PC. It's taking up a lot of storage. and it can give you lower FPS, so turn it off. I put this on off, and this I put on. Record replays. All of these you should put on off. It gives you higher input delay, and it gives you lower FPS if these are on. So put this on off. You're going to get lower input delay, plus you're going to get more FPS in game. And it's going to fix your stutters. Okay, for HUD scale I use it at 100%. You can just copy this if you want. For mouse sensitivity, X and Y I use 14.1. These are personal preferences, and I also use 800 dpi. Most pros in Fortnite use 800 dpi, so I would highly suggest 800 dpi. Targeting sensitivity at 35.5 and scope sensitivity 40. For scope sensitivity I have 41.8. Ignore gamepad input I have on off. Lock input methods as a mouse I have off. Mouse flight I have 100 and off. For control options, for edit hold time I have the lowest, and slide hold time I have on 0.100 seconds. For my audio settings, main I use 100%, music I don't want music, I use it at off. These are on, and picture in picture I use 50. Sound quality I use on low because it gives you higher frame rates, and I does not feel any difference with high or low here, so I put it on low. 3D headphones I think it's really annoying, so I use it on off. Background audio I have on notifications only. Visual sound effects I use it on because if someone rebooting you can see it from far distance, and you can see if enemies is near you. For audio output device, use your output device. For me I'm using my monitor as an output device. Voice chat I use on. Voice chat method I sometimes use an open mic, or when I don't want to talk I use a push to talk, but now I have an open mic. Voice chat input device you should use your mic, and you should put it on your output device. For voice channel field match I use it party. Voice chat notification I use an off. And here sometimes you should mute all when I make videos like that, so I doesn't get copyrighted. But now I have it on play. Okay, so for my keybinds I have on WASD as the normal keybinds. You should probably use this. For jump I have spacebar, obviously. I doesn't use a sprint key because I don't like to hold a sprint key to sprint. Auto run I just use a random key, so I choose right bracket. For crouch, I know many of you guys use left control, but I think C is really good because my thumb is like laying down there, so I use C for crouch and slide. For fire, left mouse button. Target, right mouse button. Reload, I use R. Use, I use E. Harvesting tool, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then for weapon slot 5, I use thumb mouse button 2. Okay, for building, I use C as crouch. Wall, I use Q because it's near my index finger. And floor is X because my thumb is really near X and it's just laying around there. Stairs I use thumb mouse button 1 or thumb mouse button. Roof I use left shift. And trap I use V. For place building I use left mouse button, obviously. Repair and upgrade I use H. And for rotate building I use R. Change building material, right mouse button. Building edit I personally like F. And mouse wheel down so I can scroll reset. For crouch while editing I use C. And for select building edit obviously I use left mouse button. Reset building edit I only use it as mouse wheel down. For communication I have ping and marker on middle mouse button, and all of these I have just off. For emote I use emote as B. It's the normal default. I just think it's great, so I don't need to change it. For previous pick a wheel, I use mouse wheel down, and next pick a wheel, mouse wheel up. For toggle map, I use M, and for toggle inventory, left alt. All of this is at F. For vehicles, I have only changed the switch seat to C on every of these. Feel free to copy all of my settings. For creative, I use the default binds. For account and privacy, I have player services on. I should probably turn this off, I don't know. But for social privacy, mature language filter I have off. Friend white permission and 1. Hide during linked account names I have off. Show text chat I have off because if you have this on, it's going to give you higher input delay. Show social notification off because I think it's when I'm recording, it's really annoying when they like spam invite me or something like that. Can receive gifts. We definitely want to use on because who doesn't want free gifts? For gameplay, show on carry lead where it's on. For anonymous mode, I don't personally like it, so I use it off. Show season leveling feed, I has it on off. Hide other players' names, I have it off because I don't want everyone to be named player 261 or player 69. Hidden matchmaking delay, you should probably turn this at 0 seconds. Otherwise, when you like ready up, it's going to take like, I set it at 100 seconds, I need to wait 100 seconds before it's starting to search for a matchmaking. And that's all my Fortnite settings. Feel free to copy all of the settings, then make sure to subscribe and hit that like button and comment anything down below. Okay, so have a great time and bye.